It's best to pick it on the near side of the minstrel. Hot Grove on the far side.
Up to the line. It is French's Gold Cup.
Hayley Turner, only the second lady jockey ever to win a Group 1 in Great Britain.
Franco has destroyed them from halfway. An amazing performance.
Okay, my name is Khadijah Mellah, and I'm 18, and I'm a student at Sydenham High School. What else do you want to know? A lot of people seem to think that girls from my background just tend to be a stay-at-home mum that cooks and cleans. Oh, no. Oh my God, I hate trigonometry. A big part of my life has just been proving people wrong about what a person like me can achieve. Are you taking further maths? Are you mad? It's so hard.
To get a grade, you have to.
I love surprising people with my lifestyle and what I do. Ebony Horse Club is a riding charity / youth club for people in the Brixton community. I've been going every single week for 6 years, yeah. I think we're good.
Khadijah, we have been offered a place for one of our riders to take part in a race called the Magnolia Cup. It is a charity race, but it is at Glorious Goodwood, in front of the crowd, on TV, and we would really like you to do it if you would be up for it.
I'm preparing to race for the Magnolia Cup. I've done some research on my own, and I didn't really understand how prestigious it was. When I tell people I'm racing in a high-profile sort of jockey race, they're like, what? You're running, right? And I'm like, no, on a horse. And they're like, you're running, right? And I'm like, on a horse. My brother, Abdus, he's been working towards a jockey licence. I was talking to my brother and I was like, what do I do? Run me down on what I need to do. Tomorrow I'm meeting my jockey coach to have a look at my riding.
That's a good one. Good leg up. You'll be fine. I've got him. I've got him. Little trot. Use your voice if you have to.
So today was about assessing you really going forward. What I've seen today I'm happy with, but we really need to raise the game. It's not going to be easy. We've only got 3 months. I know you're obviously doing your A-levels and you're busy, but in the ideal world, you'd want to be riding out every day.
Oh, I see.
And having said that, nothing's guaranteed. So every month, we're going to have some sort of assessment to see where you're at.
The first time I did a proper ride out in a string in Newmarket, it was early morning and it was quite cold. And I was really nervous, extremely nervous. I didn't give them a great first impression. My horse could tell that I was clueless, took advantage of that. I felt completely out of my depth because there was a lot of things I didn't know and I hadn't done it before.
Obviously, that one set off a bit quickly with her.
Yeah.
She's a long way now. She's at the bottom of a steep curve.
Absolutely.
Was the first run anything like race pace? Because I thought that I was going flat out. I was like...
Going to the start.
We're a long way up there.
After the first canter, I did wonder whether it'd be easier to throw in the towel early and just give up. I don't want to waste people's time, and if I can't control a racehorse, there's no point putting me through assessments and getting me into a race that I will just make a mess.
Why can't you do more than once a week?
That's based on school and studies and...
Oh, you're doing your A-levels.
A-level
Studying your
exams.
A-levels.
The people there were really supportive and helpful. You can tell, low-key, in the back of their mind, they're like, what's she doing here? I'd never been to the races before. I saw no Muslim people. No one in my community ever goes racing. No one goes, oh, this weekend, are we going to go to the race? It just doesn't happen at all.
You can be overweight, which is then announced to everybody, but you can't be underweight. So, Frankie, this is Khadijah.
Yes.
And Khadijah's going to ride in the Magnolia race, the charity race at Goodwood, at the Glorious Goodwood meeting.
Come early and watch you. Make sure you do a good job.
Yeah, do that.
Thank you very much.
Moral support, very good. Well done, thank you very much. Are you about to weigh? Yeah. See that Hayley Turner's riding. She's a top jockey, and she can match it with these boys just as good as any of them. So if you want someone to look up to and copy a model, she'd be a good one.
How does it feel like being in a very like male-dominated sport, and how do you make it like?
Everyone asks me this, like, my whole career. What's it like being a woman in a man's world? And it's like, they're fine.
Yeah, I just think it's really like great to see that you're representing the Queen and stuff. Like, it's crazy.
I know, it's great though, isn't it?
It was really nice meeting Hayley Turner. She seemed to warm up to me quite quickly. They have so many races every week, and I had no idea. So when I saw 800 wins, I was like, oh my God, she's like a goddess.
There's a lot to learn, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's a great track, you'll love it. And if I'm there, I'll walk the track with you and help you out a little bit.
Come on, Hayley.
Oh, Ace and Real, look at Ace and Real.
She came first.
I felt like the race sort of like grounded me, because now I realise that, you know, it's going to be me soon. And it made me realise that I need to train a lot more. Even though I knew that I'd be training to race, I still couldn't picture myself. It just felt so weird. Eid al-Fitr is an annual celebration on the Islamic calendar. It's very important to my family because it's one of the only celebrations we have together. It's very important to my dad. I think it reminds him of home sometimes. How was she?
Don't ask me.
Was she bad?
Yeah.
No.
Your face hasn't changed.
We're going on the bumper cars.
Come on, it'll be fun.
You're on TV? I'm joking.
It's refreshing to see the Islamic community come together because sometimes it feels very distant.
Kind of skipped a couple of days of training because of fasting and I was too thirsty. But yeah, I'm going to get back on it now.
Level 2.
A lot of people underestimate how fit jockeys need to be in order to ride racehorses. If things go wrong, you need to make sure you're in control, and if you don't have the right muscles, you can't bring a horse back effectively. Someone who hasn't got the fitness ability, there is a certain element of danger, because if your legs decide to go jelly, you're going to fall off, and not only that, you'll put other people at risk. Hello? Not too fab, to be fair. Yeah, I had a bit of a rough day. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've received the report of the assessment, and I'm afraid to tell you that you failed. You're not experienced enough at riding racehorses. You've not been taught how to sit against or hold horses when they pull, and didn't prove to have any sort of control in a canter.
I don't normally cry in front of people, but then I was like in tears, and he was like, all right, I know you're disappointed, don't get disheartened. I was like, sir, shut up, I don't... I got it. I definitely want to race this race, and I feel like I am capable. Like, he was very set on the fact that I need more than like 6 months to train. I don't want to say that I want to prove him wrong, but at the same time I want to prove him wrong. He highlighted a point though, getting the horse down to the start itself will be difficult, and I need to understand that the horse will be strong and want to run off, and I need to learn how to control a horse when it does want to run off, so I'm just going to have to pick up on that. Yeah, and now I have so much more time, and as I said before, I have a little extra spiteful motivation.
You've never seen that horse?
No, I literally just jumped on and I was like, what's going on?
You've never ridden that horse. You should take extra precautions.
Yeah.
So I'll never release the reins on the horse I wouldn't know.
Okay.
All of your weight needs to be on him.
Okay.
And you want to get your feet literally like that, basically.
Okay.
Back, get back. Hold him. Hold him. Yep. Yeah, that's right. Now my hands are hanging.
That is hard.
It's hard working.
As soon as I failed my first assessment, I had no more revision and no more exams. Everyone essentially was like, okay, we need to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
Keep to the basics, nice and balanced.
If we are going to make you race this year, we need to make sure that you're constantly devoting every single day, every single hour, just training for this race. I lived in the British Racing School in Newmarket, and they taught me how to control racehorses and gave me afternoon lessons as well as fitness lessons. The first time round, despite literally all my best efforts, I just didn't pass because I wasn't ready, and he was right, I wasn't ready. I hadn't had enough experience at all. So I was told, you're going to need 6 months of intense training. This year isn't your year. I was like, whoa, this has to be like the lowest low ever. Next week is my assessment, and I'm extremely nervous because if I don't pass, then I don't race, so it means that everything's been for nothing.
Straight after her initial assessment, I actually decided that she wasn't ready for it this year. We've given her a chance. She's done training at the British Racing School. She's worked hard at this.
I don't care if he fails. Actually, I do care if he fails me, but I'm just kind of like happy in myself. Like, I did go down the straights. It was downhill on Imrani, the horse that was so annoying. I don't want to give him any reason to fail me, but I got a bit close at the end.
But the news is, if you pass your fitness, you're riding in the race. So put in everything you can.
Come on, Khadijah.
Do not.
Oh my God, this fitness exam, we need to push it.
Good, Khadijah, well done.
Up on the screen there, we've got your previous fitness score. We're looking for you to get above 60%.
Level 5, keep going, breathe, breathe, breathe. 19. Right, stay down.
I'm so sorry, this is going to be a bad one. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right, don't be sorry. Any higher. Nearly 30 seconds. Come on, give me 30. We've done a minute with 50%. $120.
So when we look at all of those figures at the end of it, Khadijah, based on what I've observed through this assessment, I'd feel comfortable in recommending Khadijah to be safe to ride in a charity race, so well done.
I just passed.
Alhamdulillah, mashallah, that's great. She passed the fitness and the riding she did well in, so they gave her a pass.
Oh, mashallah. Alhamdulillah, I'm very happy to hear that. Subhanallah.
I can't wait for this to be over. I can start galloping. Oh my God, I can't wait to gallop. The night before my first gallop, I barely got any sleep. If the gallop didn't go well, then it would raise some very big red flags about my race. I was sandwiched between Allard Beach and Hayley Turner. It went pretty well, I think. Hayley Turner's been a massive inspiration, and she's helped me gain confidence through my jockey journey. She has been a role model, and it was amazing to have her around. She's funny as well.
That was so cool. I was buzzing. The way they stretch is so weird. That was so fun.
Enjoy that?
It went like that.
Absolutely nailed. Well done.
It was really fun.
Quick?
Yeah.
Haviland is the dream racehorse. Like, I rode him, and then I was like completely over the moon because he was such a cool horse. And then the second horse I rode threw me off twice. So then I was like, yo, I need Haviland back.
Oh, yeah. You can tell that the strength and the gym work that you've been doing is paying off now, so.
That's great.
You must feel good after that. It was perfect.
It was when we were pulling up and I was like, oh my God, I just done it. Even on the way back, he was buzzing.
Was he? Are you pleased with yourself, are you?
Haviland's role whilst I was racing was not to be a winner. It was to be a good, safe ride. He is not, you know, top racehorse of the yard that everyone talks about, like, oh, watch out, Haviland's coming. It's not like that at all. It's, oh, it's Haviland. Look at him go.
Well, the way I'm looking at now, I'm over the moon with you. Over the moon with you.
So we're gonna look at my fantastic video. Go Cadizzle. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
I will be riding Haviland in a week's time in the Magnolia Cup. I'd looked up his race history. He's only ever won one race, and it was ages ago. So I was like, let me be honest here. I mean, I'd love to win, but chances are I'm going to be 4th or 5th.
Hi, I am Vogue Williams.
Hey, I'm Georgia Connolly.
I'm Louise Smith.
I'm Rosie Tapner.
I'm Alexis Green.
I'm Sophie van der Merwe.
So excited to be riding in this year's Goodwood Magnolia Cup.
It didn't faze me too much that they were all way older than me and all white, because I already knew that. I'd done like a background sweep of them anyway. There was a list that came out of all the horses that everyone was riding and their rating, as in like how good of a horse they are. The other horses were all like 80, which is like the highest you can go. And my horse is rated at 66. There's already a slight disadvantage here. We went back to the kennels, and that's when everyone started like breaking down a bit. Everyone got a bit quiet. I was thinking about the race a lot. I felt weird that in less than 2 hours, I'd finished the race. I wanted to see Haviland because apparently he arrived a couple hours ago, but I didn't get to see him. So I was like, where the boy at?
I think an awful lot. I'd like to be joined by the winning rider.
Oh my God. I started crying a bit.
This is all too much. Like, this would do my head in. And I've had like thousands of rides.
Right, Khadijah, we're off. Come on. Come with me.
Have fun.
I promise you, you'll get on the horse.
When we were coming out and they were leading him out, he was yanking and throwing his head about, and I was like, please do not do this now. As soon as I got into the horse, it was just me and Haviland. And I was cantering down, my mouth was so dry.
The favourite is The Magic Sign, written by Vogue Williams at 3-1, Victoria Pendleton on Sachem at 16-1, and the outsider of the field is Haviland at 25-1, written by Khadijah Mellah.
There was just this weird anticipation for the flag to just go down. I just want to go. Let me go, sir. Like, this is it.
So runners being called forward for the Magnolia Cup. They're off and racing. Chris Harrod's hero is a green cat. Also prominent in the blue blinkers is Charles Stanley and Sophie van der Merwe, and they're being tracked through in about 3rd place by Victoria Pendleton's Mount Thachem. Khadijah Mellah has Haberman pretty well away. White Cat just behind the leaders, and over towards the far side, Alexis Green and Land Philly.
I realised that I was in the middle, and I was like, no, no, no. I want to be at the front. And then I saw the 2 furlong marker, and I was like, I'm not having this. Do something, otherwise I'm going to regret it.
Haberman for Khadijah Mellah is making ground under the near side rail. Lupius Company, the far side, they hit the line. It will go to the judge. A tight finish to the Magnolia Cup.
My horse wasn't likely to win. My odds for the race, pretty much 25 to 1. The first hijab wearing jockey ever.
Where did she go? Where did she go?
Here is the outcome of the photo for first place for the 2019 Magnolia Cup. First, number 7, Haberman. A fairy tale for Khadijah Mellah.
Obviously, it was a massive moment at the time, and I know why I was crying so much, but I can imagine someone looking at the footage and thinking, like, why is she crying so much? She was crying so much because it was a fat deal. I have definitely benefited loads from riding at Ebony Horse Club. Like, I've benefited in so many ways, it's just endless. My story has now changed perception nationally about Muslim women. And also, like, the perception of Islam. All we ever hear about is the negative, so I'm just so glad that I have made it in the news as a positive Islamic story. Just to hear that someone's decided to use my story as a motivation would be amazing.